boys and girls, babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a video game about lifting the planet, a book about creative mode in Minecraft, and we have a totally awesome guest. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing AlejSol.
Thank you.
AlejSol is an entertainer and artist of life. He's releasing a new book this year. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me again. I really appreciate it.
Well, today we're going to start off with the video game of the week, and this is going to be a planet.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Planet Lifting Simulator. So this is a game on the Roblox platform. It was made by Cyrus A. Because it is on Roblox, you have to play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. And it is free!
Wow. Amazing.
Well, you start the game and you are in a room. There are lots of people running around. So you have a planet in your inventory. Don't ask me how. Now you click this planet and you equip the planet, and now every time you click, you get bigger and bigger. When you get big enough, you can buy a larger planet. My planet current is so large that they have to use scientific notation to list its mass.
That's cool.
Now there are alarms that ring around the area, warning about boxes falling from the sky. If you're able to catch one, you get a multiplier of your mass. This could be times 2 or times 3, even times 8 larger if you get the awesome black boxes.
Wow.
If you collect the best planet, then you are allowed to rebirth. When you rebirth, you start all over, but with a multiplier applied to the number of rebirths you have. I give Planet Lifting Simulator 8 out of 10 stars because it was so much fun to play and compete with my dad until he passed me. We both run around so fast picking up the boxes that no one else in the game can get it. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0377. And now it's time for the book of the week, the unofficial guide to Minecraft creative mode. This book was written by Linda Jazak. Now, Linda is pretty cool. She was on my show almost a year ago with her first Minecraft book. I got to be the first kid in the world to read it technically.
Wow. Super cool.
Well, she remembered me and sent me her next books that will release on August 1st on Amazon. So let me read to the back of the book. In fact, AlejSol, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. What can you do in Minecraft creative mode? You can fly, paint, and drink potions. What can't you do is die. If you're in the mode or in the mood for making creative mode, we'll let you try new things and create amazing structures, learning the tips to help you get creative in Minecraft.
So first off, this is not an AR book. Well, you don't get any points for reading it, but it is a book about Minecraft creative mode. Well, and Mom, I love Minecraft. Okay, so first the book explains that creative mode is a type of game mode that you cannot die in. And you can make cool stuff. So you can build a cool house, and you don't need to gather the resources too. You also know how to make ladders, because you can fly! Now, is that not cool?
Wow.
So you can make a city, and there's no need to make the resources, because you can use your inventory to grab stuff. Oh, and you can destroy a block in one shot.
Wow.
Yup, one shot, that's gone. So in creative mode, well, since you don't have to get the resources, you only need one block per item that you want in your inventory too. You also can have a block floating. You can have any type of block in the game, but with Minecraft there are thousands of blocks, So you can make a parkour course, and even a city, and so much stuff. This is also a great way to test redstone. That will be in another book.
Super cool.
I give the unofficial guide to Minecraft Creative Mode 10 out of 10 stars because, well, first, because I got to meet the author, and she was so nice. Oh, and well, I thought it was cool that she made a big stuff like a battle bus and a Fortnite map. I think all kids that like Minecraft should read this book.
It's really cool.
See Tiberius Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
The website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. And now it's time for the interview of an interesting person. Today is just going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing AlejSol. AlejSol is a singer-songwriter as well as a movie producer and lover of the planet.
Well, Tiberius, I really appreciate you inviting me again to your show. I'm so excited to be here for the second time. I was here last year. We had so much fun, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun today as well.
So first off, how are you enjoying being on the show again?
Well, I've seen you grown a couple inches since I saw you last. You're getting bigger and smarter, and your show's improving a lot. And I really appreciate you having me back here.
Well, you have been here before, and this is your second time. But this time you have written a book. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I have a book. It's called Save the World, Solution for Pollution. And I just launched it yesterday, actually. And it's going to be available on Amazon. And I published it thinking about the world and the planet. You know, we have a lot of trash, plastic in the ocean. There's people that don't recycle still at this day and age. There's a lot of countries that have a lot of pollution, smog everywhere. The cars are not, they don't have like filters, and there's no regulation. So this book is actually with a lot of help from the kids, because I'm reaching out to the kids now to be the minds of the future, to invent the stuff we need to protect our animals and our planet. So this book is for saving the animals and the planet.
So what's the best part about being a new author?
Well, being an author, you can tell the world your mind. You can write your ideas down. You can create, and it's something that I've always loved to do since I was 15 years of age. I started writing, and now I'm taking it serious. So you can actually create your own characters. Being an author, you can create either fiction or reality. You can talk about many things, many aspects. But my book, Save the Planet and Save the World, is about the planet and the animals that are facing extinction. We have 1 million animals that are facing extinction in our lifetime. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So if we don't do something now and we don't change the way we think, they're all going to perish, and we're going to perish as well, you know? So that's why I'm writing this book. It's for the kids. I'm focusing on from kids from 5 to 15. They're going to be the future of this country. And they're the ones that are going to actually make the new laws that we need to protect the animals.
So does that mean you're gonna write more books?
Of course. My next book is actually about space travel. I believe that we should go into space and we should explore the universe. There's 100,000 galaxies out there, expanding 500 million light years. And there's 100 million billion solar systems out there like ours, with planets that are very similar to Earth. And there's probably life out there and other animals and other things. So instead of us focusing on this planet, destroying everything on this planet, we need to focus on going into outer space.
So what is the hardest part about being a new author?
Well, It's not really hard for me because I've been writing since I was 15, and it's kind of like something natural for me. It's something that I just love doing, is writing, and I just get inspired, and it's kind of easy for me. Kind of like it's easy for you to play video games.
True.
and other things that you like to do, like math and being a talk show host. That's pretty impressive at your age.
Okay, so first, we know that you were a singer, and you did the song West Wind. Can you tell me what that song is about?
Well, my song West Wind is about the planet. It's about surfing. I'm a semi-pro surfer, and I've been surfing hurricanes in Florida since I was like around 24 years old. And then I started traveling the world at 35. And then at 46, I entered the Hurley Open in Acapulco, Mexico. It's a professional contest. And my dream, is to explore the planet, searching for the best waves, and also create a video about it, which I did. It's called West Wind. You can see it on my YouTube channel. It's AlejSol.com, AlejSol with a J in the middle. And you can see actually this video there that I made 4 years ago. It's an amazing video.
So I watched the video and I saw that cool-looking Lamborghini that you got to drive.
That was cool.
How did that feel to drive such a cool car?
Well, the power under under you is so amazing. I almost crashed it a couple times going fast because it just accelerates so fast, and I just love cars. Technology. That's a high-end technology.
One day it would be nice to drive a Lambo, just for a little bit. But I do have a concern. If we are trying to save the planet, why do we want to drive a car that uses so much gas?
Well, you know something? That's an invention that was made probably a long time ago. And before you were born, before I was born, they invented the cars, and actually the cars back in the days, they used to have to crank them up with a metal rod. It was like very, and cars nowadays are actually more safe for the environment than before. But some countries, like I mentioned, don't have these technologies invented in their cars, or they don't have regulations. So the car is a good invention from the past, but now in this time, this day and age, we need to do something different. We need to invent something different, maybe a flying car.
Is there a middle ground in saving the planet, enjoying cool stuff like cars?
Well, cars are something from the past. If they're not, throwing out black smoke and they're not, you're maintaining them, they're actually not that bad for the planet. It's just what happens to the cars later on. That's what's bad for the planet, like the tires, they end up in the ocean. Cars get thrown in the ocean by in some countries, they don't recycle the metal. So in some countries, it's very toxic for the planet. So what I want to share is teach the kids to come up with inventions and other ways, other solutions, maybe in the future we can use garbage to fuel the cars, like Back to the Future, that movie. Did you see it? Yeah. They put the garbage in the motor and made it run. So that's what I'm hoping for, is that the future, that the kids wake up to what's going on today and they help me, because the adults of today are like robots. They're sleepwalking. They're not really helping.
Okay, so this notebook has some illustrations done by kids. And can you tell me more about that?
Well, actually, thank you for the illustration you did for me. This is actually Tiberius' illustration, and you can see that he was thinking about wind power and other types of energy that we actually need. Some countries, they don't let us use them. Some countries, they're very proactive, like Portugal. They have windmills everywhere throughout the country. And some places we can't, or I don't know, they don't let us use this technology. Water turbines is something that you also put down here for me. So in my book, I have different illustrations of children with their ideas, and hopefully this can get out, worldwide to all the schools. My goal with this book is that you write down your ideas and keep them for the future, because you never know. You might be the next Tesla inventor. Yeah. You might be the next governor, the next president. You might be the next savior of the planet. So that's why my focus is now on kids, to give me their ideas, put them on book, write them down. So get my book on Amazon and give it to your kids so they can write down their ideas.
Now, I chose windmills and tidal generators, as well as reduce, reuse, and recycle, as well as to spread the word about being good to the world. What did other kids do to save the planet?
Well, a lot of the children, they're worried about the animals as well. They said, please help the animals, save the animals. And a lot of the children, they wrote similar stuff to what you did, you know. But you're a little bit more advanced because you're thinking about turbines and inventions and stuff. They were more into the recycling area. That's what they were thinking, and saving the animals, you know. Because I've had a lot of meetings with kids in my business, and I talk to the kids of, you know, the parents that I talk to, and they kind of listen to my story, and I have them draw out the same kind of drawings like what you did, and all of them had a similar idea of recycling. You know, it's very important that we do recycle and make sure if you see plastic, put it in the bin, pick it up. Wash it out before you put it in the bin because you don't want dirty stuff in the bins. You know, you got to rinse it out at least. Think about the next man that's going to recycle that trash. You can't throw food in the plastic or with plastic because the food rots, and then they're going to have a bag full of maggots, and that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can kids my age do about it?
Well, the first thing you have to do is think. What's the solution for pollution? Kind of like what my book says, and you know, not everybody's going to be an inventor. You know, some people are going to be inventors, some people are going to be talk show hosts, some people are going to be authors. Everybody in life has a different path. So I can't count on all the kids to invent these things that I need for the future, but at least, you know, if you can recycle is the main concern here, and try to save the animals, you know. Yeah.
So what advice would you give my listeners if they want to grow up and become an author?
Well, definitely just have creative mind, and if you're going to write something, make it positive. That's probably, you know, try to change the world with your book if you can. Some people write, you know, stories. Some people do romance. Some people do horror. Some people do, you know, different ideas, you know. But I try to keep it positive. So if you're going to write a book, make it a positive book for all of humanity to have, because once you publish a book, it's forever. It's for life. And for everybody's life. Yeah.
Now, I heard you got to go to America's Got Talent. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, actually, last year I went to a couple events. I went to the Voice, Latin Voice in Houston, and then I went to San Diego, and I went to America's Got Talent to try to show the people my music, because it's been a challenge trying to get my music out. And I've had, you know, some promoters, bad promoters, and I haven't been able to reach out into the mainstream. It's a very tough business. But I don't give up that easy, you know.
You don't?
No. So I went there. The judge didn't really want to hear my story about West Twin and about the animals and about the planet. And that's okay. There was a lot of children there also competing in the same room I was. Everybody from all different ages, you know. But at least I got to share my message. And I met a young boy named Shayan, and he's from San Diego, originally from Iran, but he was born in San Diego, and he sings Freddie Mercury songs. He's 5 years old. Wow. Amazing. And he was there also competing, but we both. They X'd us out, so we didn't pass. Okay. But the experience was so fun. Sometimes you have to lose in life to make it, you know. Michael Jordan, the basketball player, do you know how many shots he missed? Thousands. Tiger Woods, thousands of shots they've missed. But guess what? They continue practicing. So a singer, a songwriter, an author has to continue practicing and auditioning and going and keep going. So
I also heard that you were in Hollywood and received an amazing reward.
Actually, I met a lady online, Freya, and I was on an interview on this show called Wisdom Cafe with Sophie Nobani and Bob Cho. I was on their show, and it's called Meet the Expert. So they had me on the show. It was like an hour show. Freya was listening. She's from Sony Records. And she said, hey, you know, I have an event in Hollywood. Would you like to go? It's going to be by Sue Wong. She's a famous designer from Hollywood, you know, a very famous lady. And everybody knows her. So I said, you know, sure, I'll go, you know. And they actually gave me this award. I brought it here. You want to see it?
Yeah.
So this award is called the Visionary Summit Award. And it's by Sue Wong. It was February 9th, 2020. So this year, before the pandemic. Yeah, it's a very cool award. And so anyways, I thank them for inviting me to Hollywood, and it was a great experience because it was right before the pandemic. So I'm so happy that I did go. I almost didn't go. But you know something? Something said to me inside, go. So I went. It was an amazing event. There were so many famous people there, and she had her own fashion show going at the same time. They had a lot of people with different visions. They had humanitarian awards given out to people for foundations for helping the people with no food, kind of like what you're doing with helping the people, the kids that are in Orlando with no food.
So why is this award so important to you?
Well, because it's my first award in America. In Mexico, in 2016, I received an award there for singing for the kids with cancer and autism. I was raising millions of dollars for them. It was a Ricky Martin Foundation that I was singing in. And in 2019, last year in December, I went again. So I got 2 awards in Mexico, and this is my first award in America.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is there anything I should think my listeners should know about you?
You can look me up on my webpage, AlejSol, AlejSol.com. You can see my movie, West Wind, that I did. And it was actually a music video, but I am working on a real movie that I'm on. Well, The Aztec Warrior is actually a movie. You want to read it to the audience?
A movie about a love so strong that it defies time and death. A movie about the history of war. A movie about saving the planet and the animals from pollution with technology and innovation. A movie about the good and the evil.
Yes. So this movie is actually based on a song that I wrote in 2005, and kind of like I go through time travel, and I'm a warrior trying to find my princess. And then I end up in New York, and I'm working with Apple, and I'm building AI. Do you know what AI stands for? Artificial intelligence. I believe the cops of the future should be robots.
Well, thank you, AlejSol, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
Yes, I can. Thank you for having me.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now to get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you so much, AlejSol, for helping me with Math Corners. Today, we're going to talk about blue power, or wave power, technically.
Cool.
This is power that is generated from the movement of the waves.
Wow, I love waves.
Besides wind and solar, wave power looks to be the very promising form of power generation in the future. Solar is limited by the fact that you have to have the sun out shining bright to create power, or you have to have enough stored in batteries when the sun is not out.
Very bright.
Yeah, very bright. It has to be very bright. Wind is also great, but when the wind is slow, so is your power. One thing that is always moving is the ocean. But how can we harness it? The largest issue is that the cost of power. To produce power with coal, it's 5 to 10 cents per kilowatt hour of energy. But wind is cheaper at 2 cents per kilowatt. But when you need a battery for times when there's no wind, it jumps to 15 to 20 cents per kilowatt.
Whoa.
And next you have solar, which ranges from 10 to 28 cents per kilowatt hour.
Wow.
Wave energy ranges from 7 to 16 cents per kilowatt hour. So using our graphic knowledge and data tables, we see that wave energy is the closest to coal for being a low-cost solution. Plus, the waves are always moving, day and night, so there's no need for batteries unless you are going to move for long distances.
I like chasing the waves.
Now, this cost includes the production and the equipment as well as the operation. But when it comes to which energy production we want to use, we have to consider if the people want energy that can afford it. Wind also looks good during the windy time. And solar is only great in very wide open spaces. Based on that, I have graphed that coal is still the best for the price, then wave, then wind, and finally solar. Now, I would like to think that I solved the world's problems today. But there are more issues we have with wave power. No one owns the ocean, so we have to determine who has the ability to make those generators and what effect would they have on the fish and the plant life in the ocean.
Oh, I hope it's not bad for them.
Yeah.
Those are my friends.
Yeah. So AlejSol, do you understand the difference in the current cost of different types of energy production?
You know something? This is the first time I hear about all these things, and I'm not too aware.
Well, thank you, AlejSol, for your help with Math Corners.
Thank you.
As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the heart of lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. This week, we're going to talk about integrity. For me, I think integrity is doing what is right, even when no one else is looking. Even the qualities of integrity is honesty, sincerity, truthfulness, and fairness. I think we need to have integrity with the way we treat our planet. See, we have a government that makes rules for us in America about how we treat the planet. We care about it, and we want it to be around for a long time. But not every country has the same rules.
That's true.
And even still, some businesses do bad things when no one else is looking.
Oh, yeah.
I know a company that removes lots of water from the Great Lakes in the U.S. and then sells it back to us in bottles.
Oh, my God.
This is not good for our environment. But the rules we have here also need to be applied by other countries as well. But I'm not sure the solution. But I am hoping that we find it in my lifetime.
Me too.
So AlejSol, did you see or use integrity at all this week?
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I right now I am, remodeling a home, and I'm fixing it so I can rent it out. And I've talked to some tenants and stuff like that. And you have to be professional. You have to talk right. You have to
talk right.
You have to be fair also with what you're renting, the price. So
There's a price.
You have to have integrity in all aspects of life. That's correct.
Of all the Heart of a Lion virtues, which is your favorite?
That's a hard question. That's actually a hard question.
Yeah.
Because leadership, you have integrity, you have obedience, you have nobility. I mean, you have a cool heart and a cool idea. I mean, but leadership, you need leadership to govern, to be a mentor, to be an icon. Integrity helps do the right thing.
That is very true.
Obedience, you gotta do your homework. You gotta finish your song. You gotta finish your book. Nobility, you gotta be faithful to your parents, to your friends, to everybody. So it's hard. I mean, I really don't know. I think they're all very important. Can I choose them all?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You gonna choose them all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
They're
We should
pretty
always try and be lying strong in everything we do.
Yeah, that's great. It was a great way of living.
Yes. And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing AlejSol
Thank you.
for being on my show.
What a intro. What a honor to be here.
Well, it has been so much fun talking with you today. I cannot wait to see your new book in person when you sign it.
Oh yeah, and actually you're gonna get the first copy, so I got one for you.
Okay.
And thank you for participating in my book and having me on your show. It's been amazing, like always, and I look forward to your progress as well.
And be be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show with our host, Tiberius Boy.
The Tiberius Show
Yeah.
is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer Joseph Boy. Production editor Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager Danny Boy. And your program host, Tiberius Boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.